Hey guys, I'm Roger Gaming, and I'm your coach for the Las Vegas Corviknights. We are here for our Week 1 matchup. I'm really excited about this team. I think it's one of the best I've ever made, and let's get into our matchup. Alright, so these are the Pokemon I do not anticipate my opponent bringing. Jirachi, I just think it could be decent with its hacks. Main strat is basically flinching. With its Serene Grace ability, it has an increased chance to flinch all of its secondary effects. So like if there's a 10% chance to burn, that will be increased. If there's a 30% chance to flinch, that will be increased. I don't see it coming. He could if he wants to have more support. It does a lot of different things. It could be a wish passer, it could be a scarfer, it could be a banded specs. It can do a lot of different things. But I don't really anticipate it coming. Entei I don't really anticipate coming since we have Dracovish and a really good rock type that can just destroy it. Greninja I could see coming potentially, but this is just regular Greninja. It can't be Ash Greninja or Protein, so that severely limits its usefulness. Regular Greninja is still decent, but I think against our team, like Dracovish one-shots it, and he could bring it for like Slowbro as a check, but I think he could bring it, but I don't think it's the best choice. And Xatu I don't think he brings, just because Dracovish destroys it, Tapu Koko destroys it. That's another reason I don't think he brings Greninja, is Tapu Koko just absolutely destroys that thing. Outspeeds and can just demolish it. Alright, let's get into the Pokemon I do anticipate him bringing. Alright, he has Urshifu, Single Strike. That thing is an absolute monster, critting all the time with Wicked Blow. Definitely anticipate him bringing it. I definitely anticipate him bringing his Mega to make use of our Sand and potentially try to sweep us with its Sheer Force, or Sand Force rather. I think bringing Toxicity for our Koko could be good, as it gets added boost with the Electric Terrain and could be a really big problem. And it also gets poison moves that can hit Koko really hard. I think Kartana makes sense, as it can be a check for Dracovish, being able to hit us with those grass type moves, and it is able to take Vicious Rends really good. I think Grimmsnarl makes a lot of sense, being able to potentially T-Wave our Dracovish with its Prankster ability and being able to hit it really hard with a Spirit Break. It's be a decent check to it. We are able to hit it if it doesn't like T-Wave us. We are able to just destroy it in one shot. Palossand I think is a decent thing, because Ice Shard Dab is always really good, and with the Eviolite it's fairly bulky, so it can be a problem. I think it helps him greatly with Koko, so I definitely anticipate that coming. Also, Kartana helps with Koko a lot. So yeah, this is the team I anticipate. Let's get into the Pokemon I did not bring. I didn't end up bringing Mamoswine, even though Ice Stab is really good against his Mega. I thought I had other things that did really well, like Dracovish does tremendous amount of damage to it, and I didn't want to be too super weak to Greninja or other things on his team, so I didn't think Mamoswine quite fit the bill this week. Darmanitan, him having his Mega and anticipating that thing to be a problem, I didn't think it was a great idea to bring Darmanitan, and him having things like that outspeed it naturally, like Greninja, I think it could have done well, but wasn't necessarily the best choice in my opinion. Registeel, I didn't think had the best matchup again. His Garchomp could be a problem, and I just didn't think it fit the team as well as some of the other mons I had. And Mega Absol, I did not bring, and I didn't think it fit the team as well as some of the other mons. Alright, let's get into the mons I did bring. Alright, we're going to start off with Choice Specs Tapu Koko. This thing is an absolute monster. Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam is exclusively there for the Urshifu. Dazzling Gleam one-shots that thing. Thunderbolt does tremendous damage to things like his Greninja. Dazzling Gleam also hits the Greninja very well. It hits just his team overall really hard. And Roost is there for longevity. And Volt Switch, if we don't like the matchup, we can switch out immediately. We should be pretty much the fastest thing on the field. He may bring some Scarfers that could outspeed us, but this thing is just an absolute monster. It can hit super hard, and I'm really looking forward to using it. Alright, now let's get into Dracovish. This thing is an absolute monster this week. Absolute monster. Choice Band Understand is practically broken in my opinion. It one-shots so many different things. It one-shots its Grimmsnarl. It one-shots his... It's a roll, depending on... Well, if we outrage it, one-shots his Mega Vicious Rend just does absolutely tremendous amount of damage to pretty much everything on his team. One-shots Jirachi. It's just absolute monster. I have kind of some other moves. Psychic Fangs, if he is Grimmsnarl, Prankster like screens, Psychic Fangs could be very good. If he switches out into something that has the screens, we could break the screens with Psychic Fang. Super Fang does guaranteed 50% damage. I thought if, like, worst case scenario, if this thing is low on health, we could, and we're in sand, we could chip the Kartana. That's the best way to hit Kartana. Let's get into our next mon. To set up the sand for Dracovish, we have Gigalift, Smooth Rock to really make use of those sand turns. It is an absolute, Dracovish is an absolute monster in sand, so we want to make sure that we are able to be in sand as much as possible. Stealth Rock to get a little chip to help Dracovish just absolutely destroy his team. Stone Edge is great for just more coverage. Earthquake is absolutely amazing against his Toxicity, being able to one-shot that thing, and Rest for longevity. I chose to be more defensive for his Mega, and a lot of his team is more defensive. We are going to get a special defense boost because of Sand, so that might help us live things. This thing is really there to help support Dracovish and be able to take some hits. We can get a little chip off with Earthquake and Stone Edge, and Stealth Rocks is going to be key to help get a little bit of chip on some of those things so Dracovish can just absolutely destroy them. Rest is there to make sure our sand is there for as long as possible. Let's get into our next mon. Slowking, Leftovers with Regenerator. This thing is very good against his Mega. Ice Beam can just destroy it. Teleport to make delayed escape to maybe, like, say we're in sand, we can teleport, take a hit, and then switch into Dracovish and just destroy his team. Slack Off is there for longevity, and Scald is there just to potentially get burns. That's very good against his team, and it can hit things fairly hard, but this is mainly a defensive pivot. Alright, let's get into our next mon. Halucha with Tapu Koko Electric Seed is really good. We will outspeed his entire team, get a Sword Stance off. Acrobatics hits double damage if your item is lost, so we will get the Unburden boost and then get Acrobatics. Close Combat and Zen Headbutt. This thing is mainly there for his Kartana. This is our way to beat it. If he gets like Beast Boost up, we can go, say it like just kill Koko, we can switch in, get the Unburden boost, hit it with a Close Combat or an Acrobatics, and do a tremendous amount of damage. Or if we anticipate it switching, we could Sword Stance and then set up, and then that's practically game. We can definitely sweep with this thing. It hits super hard. Zen Headbutt is there for the Toxicity, just to hit that thing super hard with a Psychic move. And yeah, I really think this is going to be a good mon this week, and I'm looking forward to using it. Among Us is going to be another defensive Pokemon. Rocky Helmet to get chip off of some of his Pokemon. Again, the main thing is to weaken things for Dracovish. Our game plan is entirely evolved around Dracovish. Spore is absolutely incredible. Being able to cripple threats like his Mega or Jirachi or just things that are giving us a hard time. Giga Drain is there just to get some recovery back and hit his Mega fairly hard, doing decent damage. Sludge Bomb hits overall things fairly well, and Stomping Tantrum does really good. This thing is primarily also there in case he does bring his Greninja. This thing can take it on no problem. We can Giga Drain it, get health back, Sludge Bomb on switches and stuff, and it's really good. And Spore is an incredible, I really like that move. It's really devastating because your whole plan can revolve around a Pokemon, and then the sporing it and having it be useless for a few turns can really like disrupt your game plan, and that's really useful. Alright, let's get into the battle. Alright, so I was wrong. My opponent does not bring Kartana, he brings Jirachi, which is interesting. I'm going to lead Gigalift. I think best thing, he probably leads Paloswine. He does. And I can just go for rocks. We'll probably switch rocks here. That's fine. I can do pretty much a lot of things. I definitely think he's going to try to hit us with a ground move, and we don't really want to take that too well. So we are going to go into our Slow King. We can take that no problem. Fire off a Scald and see what he wants to go for here. He has high horsepower. That's no problem. We're able to take that. We are going to get some chip damage from the Sandstorm, which is unfortunate. But I think our best play is to teleport here. We want to keep this thing around for longevity. He goes for Protect, so that's not a big deal. We can go straight. So we basically get a free switch into Dracovish. Here, we can hit this thing super hard with a Vicious Rend. He may go for the double Protect or just try to get damage off with Ice Shard. Either way could be pretty good. I think we can live in Ice Shard, no problem. He goes for the double Protect and fails. Unfortunately, because of that Protect, we are not going to be able to one-shot because the way the move works is if you're fastest, so whatever goes first, it hits double. If it goes first, but it didn't, so we are not able to kill. We are able to kill now, though. I'm surprised he didn't go for a Protect or an Ice Shard just to stall out the sand. That was an interesting move by him. I don't really know what he was going for. Maybe he thought we'd switch. I probably anticipate him going. Doesn't go Grimmsnarl, so I don't think he has T-Wave. He goes Jirachi. We should be able to kill this thing with a Fish's Wren. We are able to, so we're looking really good at the moment. Very curious what he goes into. Maybe his Mega to try to get some chip. If it's Rough Skin, maybe he doesn't Mega Evolve just to get some chip off. He does go Grimmsnarl. I'm going to stay in. I don't think, because he didn't go straight into it, that he's Toxic. Not Toxic Spikes. T-Wave, we are able to kill it, which is amazing. Dracovish is putting in work right now. Absolutely amazing. He probably goes his Mega, maybe. Doesn't Mega Evolve to get some chip, but I think we have we're looking really good at the moment. And I think we kill this thing as well. We don't actually. He must be HP or defensive a little bit. He has Dragon Tail. Yeah, he's definitely not offensive. So that is unfortunate, but Dracovish is able to stay alive. We're going to go into our Gigalith. That's fine. We can go for the Earthquake here and be able to knock this thing out. Curious what he decides to go for. Probably Earthquake, but we should be able to take that. He goes for Aqua Tail. That is very unfortunate that I missed, but I don't think it mattered too much. We are able to kill his Garchomp, so that's great. Gigalith putting in work as well. I anticipate him probably to go Urshifu. He goes Toxicity. That's very interesting. I don't really know why he'd do that. I can go for the Earthquake. He doubles into Urshifu. That's fine. I'm going to just get some Earthquake damage off on this thing. Actually, a Slow King is probably a good play to go into. I am going to switch out into Tapu Koko on the Wicked Blow, because this thing is 100% going for that against a Slowro. Tapu Koko is able to take that pretty well, I think, according to my calcs. Yeah, we take that fine. Wicked Blow always gets the crit, so that was part of the calc. And we should be able to go for the D-Gleam, no problem, and kill the Urshifu. So now all we have to deal with is the Toxicity Tree, which should be fine. We can go into Gigalith. We should be able to take whatever he wants to go for, no problem. And get the sand up, so that's good. Whittle this thing down a little bit more, and we should be able to go for the Earthquake on the following turn and kill it, no problem. He has Gunk Shot, so that was good tech for Tapu Koko. And we should be able to Earthquake and seal up this game. He actually kills me. I forgot to calc the electric terrain, so that definitely killed since we gave him the boost with Koko. We can just go into Dracovish and finish this up. We outspeed 100%, and he is Life Orb, so there's no chance of him being scarfed. And we can kill this thing with the Fish's Wren, and Draco can finish his sweep. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please comment, rate, and subscribe. This was a really good week 1, and I'm really enjoying this team, so I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.